Hello, this is Psychometal, and I'm making another video, this time showcasing some examples of how I've won some matches recently. And I want to go into detail on some of the matches that are a bit longer. I know for a fact that a lot of matches are one-sided. Either your team is either winning really easily and hard stomping the enemy team, or it's the other way around where the enemy team is keeping your teammates from leaving spawn point. I'm not the only one that's experienced this. A lot of higher elo players have talked about this as well, experienced this, showcased this during their streams. So it's gonna be kind of hard to find matches nowadays where both teams are about even. Either find one within this video, or I might find one later and just edit it after I finish recording this footage. But regardless though, let's get into one of these matches, and I'm going to start with this one. So here's the scoreboard. Here's my score, about 30k healing, and this is the stats for matches are a bit misleading for the most part, because if your teammates are doing really well and basically wiping the enemy team pretty easily, the amount of healing I do during those matches is pretty low. I won't hit 10k and I'll still be healing about the exact same ways that I normally do in any other match. So for the most part, if the enemy team is dying so fast that they can't even fight back, there's not really much healing that I can do in the first place. And it goes the other way around. If your teammates are losing really badly and constantly out of position, and you're always having to bail them out with BRBs and just generally just pocket healing them, this number goes up pretty fast. So stats don't always tell the whole story, which is why I want to showcase the match on match itself. So let's get into it.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
All right, skip around.
Enemy ahead. Prepare to...
And let's see, where am I? There I am. So let's see. There I am. Let's go back here. Okay, so this is the point where the match actually starts. Okay. So as usual, if you're playing Rocket, you should be laying down your BRB right before your teammates leave the gate, or spawn point, I should say. I immediately, okay, I want to say immediately, when the countdown reaches the 5-second mark before the spawn point gates open, I'll take the BRB back. Even if my teammates die around this corner, just a few meters from the spawn point, I'm okay with that. I'm not about to waste my cooldown respawning my teammates if literally they're just gonna walk a few meters from spawn point and get back into the team fight. That's just my reasoning for taking away the BRB after the gates open. I really don't have to be jumping like this. It's just more of a bad habit that I've gotten myself into. Also, please don't do what I did there. If you have a jumper pack or whatever it's called, don't waste it like I did there. I've got a really bad habit of doing that. The reason why you want to keep your jumper pack is so you can avoid certain ultimates. Like World Girl's ultimate can easily be jumped out of if you just get up to higher ground. I've heard from another content creator that Storm's ult can also be jumped out of the way. And there are a few others as well that are like that. Yeah, this Thor pretty much tried flanking behind our teammates. Thankfully, these other guys, especially the Star-Lord, actually saw him coming in. Black Panther's trying to dive us. Gets a pick off of our Cloak and Dagger. I think he ends up dying. Yep.
This is a nice spot. I'll patch you up.
So far, it's been a stalemate for the most part. I finally throw my BRB down, mostly so I can get the armor packs from it, not necessarily to revive anyone.
Prepare yourself.
Grab the armor pack. Let me lower this down. Do not underestimate the value of armor packs from your BRB. If you place it right next to you or near you around a corner, and if you're constantly peeking out and taking damage, just keep grabbing any armor packs that spawn from the BRB. It does make it that much easier to survive team fights like that if you're not getting high ground. So we're finally pushing.
You're ready for action.
Star-Lord's having to fly back.
Oh, here they are now.
Be healed. Also, I make it a habit to make sure I look at my other support player on my team, the Cloak and Dagger, and heal them if they need it. Because if they're on the verge of dying or if they're dead, that just makes my job that much more difficult.
That's the stuff. You cannot hurt me.
So we continue to push. Now, notice how even though my teammates are pushing ahead forward around his corner, the Cloak and Dagger to my left here and myself are still in the back line way over here. I can still heal these three over here around the corner by bouncing the healing orbs, and I might show it here too, off this wall on this building right here, or off of the Spider Zero machine itself. There's just no reason for me to get up around the corner just to make myself completely vulnerable in front of this Squirrel Girl, the Loki, etc.
They've made it halfway! Stop them!
Who needs a power up?
So again, around the corner because we're pushing forward, I throw my little infinite ammo capsule down for Bucky. And it's mostly the reason why I'm doing it now instead of earlier is because this is a choke point. I recognize that this is a choke point, very narrow hallway here. There's not going to be a whole lot of room for the enemy players to move around. And I know for a fact that Bucky here is going to make a lot more use out of firing as many rounds as possible because of the limited mobility here. And likewise, Prime Point, Black Panther tries to dive us, tries to get a pick off. The infinite ammo helped Bucky deal some damage. Star-Lord finished him off. Also, this Black Panther doesn't really, they're not really good at all. This is probably either, let me check. Yeah, this is the second time they died. And they're diving against 5 players grouped together. Even if they hit this Black Panther somehow manages to kill either me or the Cloak and Dagger, they're still going to end up dying to do it. And a lot of Spider-Man players also have the same issue as well, where if they fully commit to trying to kill the backline, they end up dying in the process. Or sometimes they just outright get killed before they can even take out their target.
Ace.
Bucky gets a good pick. So I see that well, I try to make sure I wait until one of my DPS teammates uses their ultimate, and then I throw down my own ultimate, the yarn, the CYA thing. Because for the most part though, if Bucky is continually getting resets, and if any of my other teammates decide to use their offensive damaging ultimates like this Magneto on the enemy team, then we just wipe them off the map pretty easily, as long as there's no defensive ults being used. And for the most part though, they do have a Sue Storm, and I remember her using it somewhere around here in this team fight. But it might not be enough. They might end up dying before
This is real fire.
But yeah, the enemy Squirrel Girl used her ult. I immediately went to high cover, and just to avoid her squirrels. I don't know why I jumped back down though. That doesn't make any sense to me. I guess I thought that once they went past me, once I got up here, that it would immediately end, but it doesn't. It's all good though. So Invisible Woman uses her ult, defensive ult. Might not be enough. I don't think it was. Trying to heal Cap because he's literally living on 1 HP.
That's the boost I needed.
You're welcome.
And it seems like my teammates were able to win that team fight despite the enemy Sue Storm using her ult. Get the high ground.
There's still a chance to stop them.
I was not expecting the enemy Sue Storm to be here. This is going to be kind of awkward. It was awkward during this moment. I tried to see if I could fight her. I don't know why I moved away from the health pack. If it wasn't for me doing that, I probably could have won this 1v1 against her. But I'm normally never in this situation because I try to make sure that I never fight anyone besides tanks 1v1. I'll explain that later.
That fucking hurt.
So for the most part, even if I could win that fight, I just don't think it's worth it. I'd rather be helping my teammates out than just trying to fight my own battles against enemy support.
They do not look happy. Much better. My good.
She ends up dying anyways because she has nowhere to go. She either gets chased down from down that hallway, or she does what she does and just ends up walking into my teammates.
The deed for the day.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
I'll patch
So
you
again,
up.
I'm bouncing my healing orbs around the corners, making sure to
Web of life and destiny.
look at
Bring it on.
that little hole over there.
This is a nice spot. Tandy needs help.
Enemy Groot uses her ult, but doesn't really get anything off of it because he doesn't have any follow-up. I personally used Groot a few times. It's really disappointing when you get a good 4 to 6-man ult and there's no follow-up behind your teammates. Nothing gets done. So you just end up throwing your ult for no reason. Groot can kill squishies by himself, but because I was healing my teammates, there's no way he's going to immediately kill them unless he was doing nothing but headshots and getting one of my teammates dead.
My good deed for the day.
So they're already down an ultimate. The enemy Invisible Woman already used her ult as well. So for the most part, they don't really have any other defensive ults unless Loki uses his ult on the Invisible Woman. Something else too that I've learned to do is just shoot down the Groot walls. Just break them. It just makes everything easier when you do.
Together to victory.
Of course though, with Rocket, you could always just jetpack over the walls and then heal your teammates or attack the enemy players while you're floating down. But if the enemy Groot is doing their job correctly, and if you're in a choke point, that's really hard to do, and you end up making yourself vulnerable. So it's just, you're just better off shooting down the walls whenever you can.
I'll patch you up. That must be really humiliating.
This bookie is pretty good, by the way. Please shoot down anything that you can. If you can't shoot enemy players, don't just let stuff like that, like the Loki clones, Namor squids, what else? Enemy Penny Parker spider nests. Just don't leave those on the ground just existing, because that just makes it easier for the enemy team to fight back.
That vehicle! They've made it halfway! Stop them!
You're welcome.
This isn't really that much of a big deal in high reload, but in bronze, silver, and even lower gold divisions, like in gold 3 and gold 2, I don't see anybody shooting those down at all.
See the Master Weaver.
So here's another choke point. But I don't think the enemy team spawns fast enough to fight us here. My teammates get overly cocky and they continue to push forward way ahead of the rest of us.
Always glad to help.
I think one of them dies because of it.
I'll patch you up.
There's still a chance to
Maybe
stop
not.
them.
All right.
So I saw Star-Lord use his ult. I immediately threw mine down. Enemy team panics. They start throwing their ults out.
This is real
I got hit by
firepower.
that girl ult, but thankfully it doesn't outright kill me.
That's the boost I need.
And again, I'm trying to get better positioning, trying to get it at a better angle so I can heal everybody.
Team play. That's me.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good
Even
time
if the enemy Loki's not here, I don't want that clone just sitting there,
to stop them.
because you could always just teleport to it.
Fucking hurt. I feel like
I mean, it might get him killed, but nonetheless, though, it can happen. Again, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, they kept pushing too hard, too fast, and they end up dying. But because these guys are so confident at what they're doing, I pretty much didn't panic at all. I just found it kind of weird, but it's all good.
Bring it on.
Oh, also,
They hit a
keep
checkpoint.
forgetting about this, but let me do this real quick. The spawn point has been moved over here. So yeah, even if the Bucky died right in that corridor over there, by the time the 12-second spawn counter ends, he's gonna spawn right here and be able to run short distance back into the team fight. So yeah, I mean, I still don't like it when my teammates just die just because they get overly brash, but in this case though, it's reasonable for him to die right then and there. Anyways, let's get back into it.
Now might be a good time to stop them. Better stop that vehicle.
Team play.
So something that's really hard, and I think this applies to any support player, any kind of support character you play as, to deal with. It's really difficult when all your teammates are spread out. It makes it that much harder to heal everybody at the exact same time. But again, no, I'm choosing to pocket the Star-Lord as much as I can.
You're ready for action.
I'll be shipshape in no time.
For mutant kind.
I'll get you next time.
Your powers are mine.
Constantly moving the BRB.
Co-op time.
You're ready for action.
Squirrel Girl, I did learn this during this match. Squirrel Girl is nuts, no pun intended. When they bounce around and hit the BRB, the BRB will get destroyed because of that. I didn't realize it earlier in the match, but that's what was happening whenever I was unable to use my BRB to revive anybody. 'Cause I was confused about that at first. But during this team fight, that confirmed my suspicions.
Oh man, I gotta make another.
Yep, see? Yeah. I was thinking to myself, yep, it's those stupid acorns that destroyed the BRB.
My good deed for the day.
Thankfully, though, no one needs to be revived. Pretty much, we're wiping the enemy team out.
For action. Don't mind me. I'm just dying.
Not today.
I got what you need.
Oh, much better.
Their enemy, like, their team comp is pretty bad. I think earlier they had, yeah, so an invisible woman. She's all right. I changed my mind about trying to get better at her just because she doesn't, how should I say this? She can't keep herself alive really well. She has the same issues I have with Luna Snow, where they can't heal themselves unless they use some sort of ability that they have to land or some other specific context. In the case with Invisible Woman, you have to be invisible in order to self-heal. And then on top of that, she's not very good against divers whatsoever. Loki is. I like Loki a lot, and I want to get better at him, but for the most part, though, I might make a separate account for him, or just try again later this season once I hit Diamond. But yeah, so they've had Invisible Woman. She's not bad, but she's not great. And then Loki here, he's not bad either, but he's not a great healer. He's more of a flanking pseudo DPS, where he can just hit you from weird angles, but he does a pretty good amount of damage if he's able to get one or two of his clones to shoot the enemy players.
Team play.
Oh, and the fact that he can heal his teammates if they're in the same blast radius of his shots also helps as well.
I'll patch you up.
The darkness. Ow.
Which is why he works really well against melee characters.
Oh, much better.
Don't give them another inch.
Plus, this runestone pretty much guarantees that any Black Panther or Spider-Man trying to jump him just won't kill him.
You're ready for action.
But yeah, just staying way over here, just not getting involved with any of that. I can trust my teammates since they've proven throughout this entire round that they don't need my help. They don't need me to help shoot down the enemy tank. In this case, it's Magneto. They don't need me doing any of that. Now, one of the enemy players switched to Rocket. I never understand this line of thinking. I understand that I'm doing pretty well, and I'm the main reason why my teammates are staying alive. But at the same time, though, it's a little too late. It really is. I don't understand why some players do this, where they just switch to Rocket last minute. I don't understand that.
The current score is 0-3. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
But yeah, it's all about positioning. It's all about team composition. Because let's be honest, their team composition was pretty trash last round for the majority of it. And then, so there's positioning, there's team comp. There's one more thing. Oh yeah, using your ults at the right time. Because for the most part, one of the most common complaints I've been hearing about support players is that, and this is especially true for high elo, when support players stack their defensive ults on top of each other, that's really bad.
30 seconds before
You just
you
end up
attack.
wasting
Get
the
ready.
defensive ults and that by doing that. So now the enemy team has a
said you volunteered to be
pretty good team comp.
experimented on.
It's decent.
Is that true?
So they got Luna Snow, they got Mantis. They can use ult Loki for on either of these two to have a third defensive ult. They have a Groot. Groot's always good. I never really think Groot is bad on most maps and most situations, unless it's like a capture the point kind of deal. But otherwise, though, he's pretty good in these kinds of matches. And his ult's always good. Burgle is also pretty decent, and Namor is broken. So,
He didn't lie.
but that won't really matter.
You didn't.
It does give him a
Definitely
better fighting
against my
chance,
will.
but we still
I
end
don't
up
wanna
winning
go
this
back
match
there. Too much buried
relatively
history.
easy. And as you can see, I put the BRB way up here.
Buried.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I want to stay up here, but at the same time, though, I can't heal guys around the corner very easily if I do, so I just end up going back
Help
down
get
to
that
ground
vehicle
level.
to its destination.
You're ready for
Captain America tries to flank them, gets a drop on them. He's doing alright. Shooting down the Groot walls. And I try to make sure to cycle between the ammo, the bullets, and the healing orbs. If you're not using both of these before you're reloading, when you can, when the situation calls for it, you're pretty much... What's the word I'm looking for? It's just not very optimal at whatsoever.
It's getting kind of worried.
Yeah, Moon Knight. I find it funny that he was just standing right behind me, just standing there waiting to be healed. Let me see how long he was there.
There.
Because he didn't ping at all, as far as I know. Okay, he just jumped down there. Let me check, where is he? Let's see. Where are you? 'Cause I know he was standing on top of one of these rooftops earlier. I have to do this. Okay, so that's where he is.
Surrender.
So they got sniped by the squirrel girl. Okay, yeah, so he wasn't waiting there for like a minute or something like that. No, he was just standing there for like 2 seconds. So I'm glad I did turn around though when I did. That's something that I don't see a lot of players doing, is that they just don't have any situational awareness whatsoever. You'd be surprised how many matches get lost just because the enemy DPS or the enemy tanks, like even an enemy Doctor Strange, will go behind us or flank us from the side or go above us and then get the drop down on us. It's really annoying because, especially if one of us is pinging that enemy player flanking us and no one looks up, no one turns around, we just end up losing that team fight just because of that alone. If you watch, I think his name is Captain Coach, that Hulk one-trick player. If you watch his videos, you'll see plenty of examples of him pointing that out. He'll make a call out that so-and-so enemy player is right above us or right behind us or whatever. He'll ping it too. And his teammates just won't pay attention, and then they get flanked, and then they die, and then rounds just become a lot harder because of that. And he'll do it like 10, 15 seconds before they, his teammates get wiped out.
You're welcome. That fucking hurt.
So this Cloak and Dagger was in a really bad spot. She should have been in the back like I was. I don't understand why she decided to go into this hallway here, or the stairwell, because even if this crew walks past her and ignores her, the rest of the enemy players will find her here and she'll be cornered. She won't have anywhere to go, so she'll just end up dying.
I'll patch you up.
Something else too is that I make it a habit to shoot down the enemy tank players whenever I can, especially when they're this close or closer. And I have backup. I have other teammates near me. The reason why is because Rocket, he might not deal a crazy amount of damage to squishies, but he's really good at taking down tanks. And you'll see why.
This is real firepower! My good deed for the day.
So help deal some damage. Yeah, the enemy team is getting wiped.
I'll patch you up.
You can see too that they're trying to switch different characters, trying to get something to work, something to deal with our team. But the fact of the matter is that I don't see them having any idea what they're actually supposed to do, even with these characters. Their positioning is usually bad. They tend to overestimate their character's abilities, and even then, they don't use their ultimates correctly.
I feel like myself again.
It doesn't help either that I'm all the way back over here, completely safe, healing my teammates, and they just can't do anything about that. If they had like a Spider-Man or a Black Panther, and they're actually decent at the character and picked me off, then they would have a better chance. But we already saw that at the beginning of this match. That didn't work out.
Get that vehicle moving again!
I'll patch you up.
This Cloak and Dagger is having a phenomenal, fantastic positioning right here. She's all the way back here. She's healing the teammates she can see, and letting me heal Captain America through this doorway right here.
I am ready to put on a show!
It really is just that easy when you have the basic principles down. So my whole team basically gets Groot ulted. Luna, for some reason, the enemy Luna anyways, uses her defensive ult. I don't know why. Let me check. Maybe she was about to die or something, decided to save herself. So, all right.
I am ready to...
Keep in mind too that Luna's ult, Cloak and Dagger's ult, Mantis's ult, and Invisible Woman's ult, these girls' ults, these ults from these girls are supposed to be used to prevent other characters from killing them, from killing her whole team, like Moon Knight's ult. Let's see, Moon Knight, Star-Lord's, I almost forgot his name, Punishers, Storms, Psylocke, etc., etc. Pretty much any team wiping ult is the reason why you want to use these defensive ults. There's nothing like that happening right now.
Put on a show! Here come the bad guys!
This art's magic is at
She's really trying to use it proactively, aggressively, by allowing her teammates to push forward. I get the logic behind it, but we see that Groot ulted my team. Again, this is the second time where he ulted my teammates, gets a really nice ult where he's got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of my teammates grouped together by that ultimate, but there's no follow-up. None of his teammates came to take them out. In fact, let's see where everybody else is. They're way over here. Loki is all the way over here. Squirrel Girl is all the way over here. Let's see. Namor's over here. Do they have their ults? Yeah, they have all their ults, but for some reason they did not use any of them. Hold on. Let me see if they had them at that time. Yep. So let's see. He had Namor's ult. He could have used his ult to follow up. Loki could have used his ult to either copy Namor's or Squirrel Girl's ult and then use those. So yeah, he could have had some follow up, but there was just none there. Even then, though, where's the rest of his teammates? Moore's back here. Girl's here. They're technically able to deal damage from all the way in the back line, but I mean, Moore places one of his squids on this wall, so clearly he doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe it was in response to the cap jumping him, but even then, though. Sorry, I'm just trying to readjust the camera. So Namor finally uses ult. Let's count how long it took for him to finally use his ult after Groot used his ult. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Okay, so it took... Yeah, it took a while. So he did use his ult. Literally, I think 2 seconds too late after Groot used his. And keep in mind too, this is a long duration. I mean, this projectile right here takes a while to land, to throw out. It's not immediate whatsoever. So yeah, he was trying to follow up with the Groot ult, but he was just too late. Okay, so let's go back to me.
I'll patch you up.
I'll be shipshape in no time.
Trying to reposition. I'm getting focused on by the cloak and dagger. Get myself up.
I'll get to you next time.
Something else I want to get better at is using the health packs on the map. Not necessarily when I need, or rather use them last minute when I'm 10 HP or something, but more so to just take them so that way the enemy players don't have the ability to heal themselves. Like their supports die.
You're welcome.
Get in here, y'all.
Captain America dies. Oh good, I die here. And this was the only death I think I ever had this match.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Here comes Rocket again.
So they do end up pushing, but it's not gonna matter.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
I feel like myself again.
Let me check exactly why that BRB.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint.
Oh, I see. It got stuck on the geometry. Okay,
Keep up the
that's fine.
momentum.
So this is another choke point. That's why I threw it out, even though that no one else is using their ult.
This is
So
real
good.
firepower.
I had to move the BRB back there.
My good deed for your powers are mine.
And trying to deal damage to Groot.
Ready for action.
Trying to help my team out.
Exactly as I expected.
Leave them to Khonshu. All right.
I am just terrible lately, but I haven't been playing in probably 2 or 3 days, so
Find me.
that's mostly the
Just
reason why.
dying. You're welcome.
Hostile forces incoming.
Team play. That's me.
So the enemy Groot got another good ult off,
You're welcome.
or a decent one. Got no follow-up and ends up dying.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he ends up dying because of it. So let me check his point of view. Or not his point of view, but let's just check to see exactly where the rest of his teammates are. Wow, they are way far back. Look at this. I think they died. That's probably what happened. They died, they respawned right as Groot used his ult. And therefore, there's no way they're going to be able to follow up. So here's Groot. I don't know why Luna keeps using her ult like this. Why? None of her other teammates besides Groot is over here. What's the point of this ult? I don't understand that. Okay, so here's where the real gets thrown out. My Cloak and Dagger ends up going a little too ham, trying to do a 1v1 against the enemy Namor. He was able to pick off the enemy Luna. Oh, this is the enemy Loki. Okay. I guess the enemy Loki did not know how Luna plays or what her ult does. Okay, so that might be the explanation for the other Luna ult we saw earlier in the round. Okay. But yeah, Cloak and Dagger loses the 1v1. I think he ends up killing the Luna Snow. Doesn't really matter though. So Drew already used his ultimate. Loki's the only one able to help him out. The rest of his teammates, Namor and the Pearl Girl, all the way over here. The enemy Luna is dead. And where's the enemy Cloak and... Oh, right here. So yeah, basically Groot had no backup whatsoever, no follow-up to his ultimate. And it's just another classic case of the tank player just holding down W and not looking back, not waiting for his teammates to help him out. It's unfortunate, really, but that's just the truth of the matter. He's gotten some really good ults, but without his teammates to help him deal damage, there's just no point whatsoever. So my teammates ended up lucking out because of that. Yep, he dies. Enemy Loki should die. Yep, he dies too. So my teammates are getting really cocky. The Magneto and the Captain Americas are alright. The Star-Lord, I mean, he's getting really ballsy. Just getting up on the enemy players' faces. He ends up dying because of it. But I think I have my BRB all the way over here. Yep. He gets revived. I really don't like this. As a Rocket main, I don't like the fact that whenever I'm playing with my teammates that play this, I won't even call it confidently. It's more like overconfidently, where they think that I'm just going to bail them out with a BRB revive every single time they die in stupid positions like that. It just incentivizes players, even in high elo, to have really bad habits. Just not play correctly. Alright, so let's go back to what I'm doing. Everyone's pretty much grouped together in a line, so this makes it easier to heal everybody. Trying to top everyone off as much as I can. Cap's pretty much doing Captain America things.
This is real.
Ultimate, because it's another checkpoint.
I am ready to put on a show.
Not another choke point, but this is another case where we're still at the choke point, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. The enemy Luna Snow used her ult. Let me see exactly why though. The enemy players have not been using our ults well whatsoever. Okay, but why? How would you use your ult then and there? Oh, I see why. She was trying to save her Groot teammate. Okay. Still not very smart though whatsoever. I see why she was doing it, but she should have just let him die by himself. Because the spawn point, remember, is not that far from where they're at. It's just right here. It's just right there. She wastes her ult. Because the rest of her teammates are all the way back here. Meaning that there's no one that's going to benefit from her ult at all. Virgil's over here. Cloak and Dagger. I don't know what she's doing. Let's see what she's trying to do.
Ready to put on a show.
I guess they're trying to flank. So they get behind some of my teammates. Get an ult off. Now they're stacking their ult with the Luna Snow. What is Luna Snow doing? Does she not understand that her ultimate is supposed to be used to be near her teammates? She instead moves towards the Star-Lord way over here. Well, no, actually, never mind. I see the Squirrel Girl now. Let's see. I think maybe she was trying to save her Squirrel Girl teammate. Yeah, that's what she was trying to do. But there was already a health pack over here. She probably didn't know that. She probably didn't see that. But yeah, the Squirrel Girl got the health pack and then she got healed to full, making Luna Snow move all the way over here. A waste of time, really. I didn't see, well, yeah, I didn't see the Luna Snow there or the Squirrel Girl, but quite honestly, though, it doesn't really matter. I'm more focused on just trying to keep my teammates alive. And I think I was also shooting down the Loki clones as well.
Us against the world. Don't mind me. I'm just dying.
So I noticed that I'm getting flanked. I'm taking damage, so I decided to get to high ground. Drop down a little bit lower. Again, I don't know why. I gotta stop doing this where I jump up down the ground level immediately after getting to high ground. It just makes no sense.
You're ready for
Mutant kind!
Oh boy, here they come.
Leave them to Khonshu!
You're halfway there. Keep going.
If you don't know, yes, you can shoot down the squirrels that Squirrel Girl throws out with her ultimate. It's not easy, but you can do it, and it will destroy them.
Great.
Your powers are mine. I'm
That
fucking
should be
helpful.
sufficient.
I am ready to put on a show.
It is another choke point.
This is
I guess not technically, because the enemy players could flank us around here.
real firepower. Alien base.
These Luna Snow ultimates are very questionable. So the Cloak and Dagger is flanking me. Move away. I noticed that I continue to move just far enough away from the enemy players so that I could still heal my teammates around the corners.
I'll patch you up. Quail, you got
Almost
one.
didn't make it.
I can't believe it. My good deed for the day.
You're ready.
I feel like myself again.
I feel like I should play Squirrel Girl if I ever decide to be a DPS main. Because she can bounce her acorns around walls and corners, just like Rocket can with his healing orbs.
Victory! You're
Only
ready
60
for
seconds
it?
left.
This is a nice spot.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Leave them to Khonshu! Khonshu demands vengeance.
Again, shooting down the walls.
I'll patch you up.
This whole jumping around mess is not really necessary. I'm just trying to get into the habit of doing it in case if I'm having to deal with a 1v1 situation. Because I see other higher elo players doing it while they're shooting down enemy support or tank players.
30 seconds.
Stand down. Just
You're
a little
ready
longer.
for action.
Back in the fight.
We managed to push the enemy team all the way back to their spawn point, by the way. They were about to push us towards the next goalpost or whatever it's called. Basically, they were about to score another point, but we somehow, I wouldn't say somehow, we managed to push them back because they just continuously stagger, use their ults at the worst times possible. They keep switching characters, pretty much proving that they don't know what they're doing whatsoever as far as how to use their character's abilities, and they continue to do some weird mess. Like that enemy cloak and dagger tried flanking me earlier. So instead of doing what my cloak and dagger teammate is doing,
Only 60 seconds left.
so they were able to push us all the way over here, and if they just kept playing correctly, they could have actually made it all the way over here with the objective and then had a better chance of winning the match, but they didn't do that. I want to see exactly what happened. So yeah, this is where... Okay, let's check what the enemy cloak and dagger was doing. So they're dealing damage. So they were trying to flank me. They missed their E. And then for some reason decide to retreat as soon as my teammates see them. Shoot them down. Yeah, no, that was not smart whatsoever. Where are the rest of their teammates? This is what I don't understand. Like, as soon as they weren't able to kill me and I started retreating, they were next to 3 of my other teammates, including the Star-Lord right here, yet they continue to fight. Look at this. Look. I got 1, 2, 3. 2 of them being my DPS teammates, and Magneto is the other one. They're retreating now. Yeah, so both Magneto and Star-Lord decided to just look at him. And it's pretty obvious that they're panicking. The enemy cloak and dagger. They're panicking, they're throwing down all their abilities, just trying to run away, but they just end up dying. Despite that. Okay. Now let's see what my cloak and dagger was doing throughout the entire situation.
Welcome to the Dark Force dimension.
So she's on the point.
Anything could hurt.
And I think she's fighting the enemy Squirrel Girl and Loki by herself at this point. Yeah. Namor is not looking in their direction. Captain America is running around doing his thing. Oh, I see. I think he was fighting the Loki and then he teleported back over here. Would you look at that? So they were losing to the Squirrel Girl 1v1. Loki teleported over here. And as soon as they noticed that they were losing the fight, they decided to move around. And Captain America came in. Now enemy players are focusing their attention on him. And what does she do? She decides to start healing the other teammates. She's still in a better position though, because she's moving around the enemy players and letting Captain America distract them. Grab the healing pack here too, in case if she needed to heal up, she started getting shot down. I think she saved me on top of that. Let me check. I don't think I was in low health, because I think I healed myself back up. Yeah, I was already full health. I don't know why she did that. I guess she thought the fight would move all the way back here, but still, it's alright. Is she healing or is she dealing damage? She's kind of doing both. Yeah, she's kind of doing both, which is fine.
Only 60 seconds left.
Okay. And I think Cap kills the enemy Loki and enemy Squirrel Girl by himself. Let me check. So it is pretty chaotic, this team fight, but nonetheless though,
Anything could hurt me.
it's pretty obvious that my team understands their characters better. They're not doing this whole stupid mess of switching characters every 5 seconds.
Back in the fight.
And on top of that, they have better positioning than the enemy team.
Stand down.
Only 60 seconds left.
And I did not feel good about it.
I don't know why the cat uses ult there, but whatever.
That vehicle moving again.
Stand down. Leave them to Khonshu.
Okay. But yeah, we're able to push the enemy team back because they made too many stupid mistakes. Yeah, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, heal around corners, taking out whatever I can.
You're ready for action.
I'm looking up constantly to make sure that Star-Lord is alive. And if he's taking damage, I can heal him.
See, I'm fucking helpful.
The final 10 seconds. I am ready to put on a show.
Real firepower.
The BRB gets destroyed. That was really dumb of me.
Winner.
I shouldn't have put it there. I think I got overconfident.
You're ready for action.
I'm so glad that Jeff Soul got nerfed. You know, look, last season, if Jeff's ultimate wasn't changed the way it was in season 1, if this was still season 0 Jeff, that would have grabbed me, even if I jetpacked upward like that.
Almost there.
I hated that ultimate so much with the patch in last season because it would just grab people, even if they're in the air like that far up.
Leave them to Khonshu.
Co-op time.
That's the boost.
Yeah, someone decides to play as Black Panther. They end up dying, I think.
Enemy ahead.
They're targeting me. I jump over this wall. That's another trick. If you're near a wall where you can just climb over it or jump over it, just do it. Because the enemy divers can't. They basically have to waste more time trying to climb over walls and such and end up in worse positions. And it just becomes a game of cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry, where you just keep going over the same wall over and over and over again.
Final score.
Oh yeah,
1,
and
2,
let's see the timer.
3.
We were in overtime, right? Okay, let's see what's going on. Luna used her ults again for no reason. Her teammates were already full health from what I saw. I just don't get it, man. Just why are you throwing it out like that? You can't even say she's trying to use it to allow her teammates to push forward, because you could just heal her teammates instead. And most of the time, it's just Brute that's next to her. The rest of her teammates are way in the back over there. By the way, she used the damage boosting version of the ult, so that's the reason why Groot ended up dying like that. Yeah, Jeff does get someone. Does. Takes out, I think, my Star-Lord teammate. Yep. But we're still in overtime, though. Let's see. Virgil dies. I think these two end up dying as well. How do my teammates spawn that fast? That's what I want to know. Let me check. Something's not right. Oh, I see. Yeah, they spawn from here. So pretty much they were able to spawn just close enough so that they didn't have to travel too far to get back into the team fight. Black Panther again tries to dive us. Ends up taking a lot of damage. I think he ends up dying. Either that or he just ends up moving away.
Final score.
I still don't understand though how we were able to win that round. They technically should have been able to push it just close enough so they scored the point.
2, 3.
Oh, they C9. That's why. Look at this. They C9'd. So here are my teammates. Yeah, so the Luna Snow and the Loki players died just like I thought they would. And the rest of the enemy players were too far away from the objective to keep it moving. Yeah, so they C9'd. They C9'd really badly here. Black Panther's too busy trying to dive us over here, so he's not on the point. Yep. He's not on the point. I end up climbing over the wall, and he tries wasting his time trying to fight the Captain America in 1v1, when even if he's somehow able to win that fight, it won't matter because the rest of his teammates are dead and not on the point, so we end up stalling just long enough to win the match. Alrighty.
1, 2, 3.
But yeah, I hope that showcases exactly how positioning helps win games. It's also the matter of just, I wouldn't say you have to win. I wouldn't say you would have to one trick, one character in order to win a match. You don't have to necessarily do that. But if you're going to be switching between characters, you better be sure that you know how to play those other characters. The enemy team just continued to constantly switch throughout the entire match, except the enemy Squirrel Girl and the enemy Groot. They were the only two players that actually stuck to the characters that they started with at the beginning of the match. The rest of us here, we knew exactly what our characters did, and pretty much we played pretty well for the most part. So, yeah, that's one example. I want to show another match. Well, let me show two more. This video is probably going to be pretty long, but I don't really care. Yeah, I'm very close to getting back into platinum. Let's see. That was the one. I think that's... Never mind. Yeah, that's a different one. So let's check this out. So here are the stats. I did die 3 times, but... And this is another case where if my teammates are doing extremely well, even if they're dying a lot, and I'm not getting a whole lot of healing done, it doesn't matter. We hard stomped this match. And for the most part though, stats don't tell the whole story. So let's go into the actual match itself and see what happened.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging. The battle starts in 5,
I'm a good guy
4,
who
3,
occasionally takes
2.
it. Doesn't
All you
always.
need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Honestly, I'd be surprised if good old Doomy isn't behind a super tiny, whiny mess like this.
Bogey's incoming.
Armor pads here. Pay up. You're
Alright,
ready
so
for action.
I decided to pocket the Punisher player. I tend to do that whenever I have a Bucky or a Punisher on my team.
Ready for a boost?
Looks like the mission
I don't see
area
him
is
using
yours.
his turret, so I decided to go ahead and throw down the infinite ammo thing. He dies, but he's gonna revive in another few seconds. get ran through, because for the most part, that was really bad positioning on my part. So let's check this out. So here's my first problem. I'm standing way too close to my teammates. As soon as I see Punisher moving backwards, I should be moving back with him. But I don't. Instead, I just decide to stay here for some reason. Yeah, and it makes sense that the enemy magic player sees me. She rushes me first. I try to keep myself alive. I don't know why I decided to rocket this way. I don't know why. That was really stupid of me. Because for the most part, though, let's check. I'm over here, right? So I'm over here. Enemy magic's chasing me. Okay, so if I decided to move over this way, I would have died and focused down. So instead, I should have just went up this way. Even if she continues to chase me, she's wasting her time trying to focus on a player that's she can't kill within a few seconds. So that's one less enemy player my team has to deal with. Again, I have no idea why I decided to rocket this way. Yeah, it's just bad positioning on my part. If I had just moved backwards a little bit earlier, even if Magic dashes in my direction, she would not have hit me right then and there. The enemy team is a bunch of divers. They have a Magic, they have a Black Panther, they have a Thor. Not really a diver, but you know, can jump on someone if they need to. Alright, so get back to self.
You're ready for action.
So we're not doing too well right now.
This is a nice
But if I remember correctly, I think we make a comeback towards the end of this round. Because I played a few matches where my team pretty much were getting their face kicked in during the first few minutes of the round, and then they started to wise up and started winning towards the latter half of the rounds.
You're ready for action.
So I'm staying back, trying to heal my teammates as much as I can.
Keep going.
We start to group up. Enemy Black Panther. Yeah, I think he ends up dying because he keeps trying to dive 3 different players at the same exact time in a group. That never works out. Enemy Rocket dies as well. I'll check to see exactly what he was doing the entire match. So I'm still pocketing the Punisher player. I think he does die. No, never mind. Well, even if he dies, I revived him, I think. Hold on. Yeah, so I did revive him. Okay.
Ooh, a touch of healing.
The area is almost yours.
Yeah, so we're not doing too well.
Please.
You're welcome. My good deed for the day. This is real firepower.
This is pretty much my last stand.
This is real
Key
firepower.
ultimate here.
Appreciate the boost.
Yeah, just forget about me jumping onto that jump pad there. That was questionable.
Behold, the child.
I appreciate you.
So I don't know why, but we ended up having a really good spot here. And something just clicked. The Moon Knight and Punisher on my team were able to just focus down enemy players. And the enemy players, for whatever reason, just kept ignoring them and myself. So we ended up being able to do our jobs a lot more easily. And my teammates were able to wipe the enemy players out. Seriously, push against them.
My good deed for the day.
Control lost.
Yes! One down! Everybody needs a hand. Help.
You're welcome.
Oh, cool.
Who needs
Air
a
footsteps above me.
My good deed for the
Try to
day.
ignore
I'll
it.
patch you up.
Because I threw my BRB down. So I know that I can just revive anyone that dies above my head.
Leave them to
If I
consume.
keep looking backwards, just make sure that no one's trying to flank me. Yeah, there's a magic player that was above my
Against the
head.
world.
And this Punisher right here, he's had superior positioning. The enemy players, for whatever reason, just kept ignoring us two here, as well as the Moon Knight.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Ooh. Oh, it was our Squirrel Girl teammate that switched to Iron Man.
I'll patch you up.
Go up
I
top.
don't know if that made a difference. What's the score right now? So yeah, nothing impressive right now. Our Thor is doing pretty good work, but otherwise, so everyone else is barely scraping by. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I don't know. No, I was right. The Squirrel Girl was doing pretty well too, but for whatever reason decided to switch to Iron Man. I'm not going to question it though. So I get jumped. If I remember correctly, I think I died here. Yep.
You owe me one.
So let's take a look at what happened while I was dead.
You think I'm afraid of being hurt?
So my Cloak and Dagger dies. Moon Knight gets jumped. I think he dies too. Yep, he dies too.
They've almost got it.
Yeah, we get wiped.
This is real.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
Yeah, it was a pretty close round towards that second half of the round. So we lost that round. But again, I think my teammates decided to pick it up the next round here.
You can count on me. I got a plan. Armor patch here.
Skip,
When the
skip.
we guard.
All you need to do is capture the mission
There you
area. Got it?
So we got the Iron Man Hulk combo, but everyone else has stayed the same.
Our adversaries gather.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. You're welcome.
I am barely wounded.
Again, trying to do my best to have good positioning.
Yours to capture now.
I don't want to use my ult too soon. I want to make sure
This
that
is real firepower.
we actually are on the point
Child. I'll patch you
before I
up.
throw it down.
Tremble before battle.
Team play. That's me.
Yeah, I don't think Black Panther is
Behold
too well
the
on this
god
one.
of thunder. Time to witness my way.
Yeah, that was a really bad time to use the capsule.
Team
But
play.
I threw it
That's me.
as soon as he started using the ult, by the way. And keep in mind too, I keep turning team chat off, voice chat off, including enemy players as well. I just do not communicate with anybody whatsoever during my matches nowadays. So that probably would have been a case where it would have been a good time to tell the Punisher, hey, our guys are gonna use the ultimate anytime soon. And the Venom player, for whatever reason, that's a 1v3. My teammates are scattered around, so this makes it a little bit harder to heal everyone. But I'm able to heal Hulk from all the way over here. And Thor. And we're doing a lot better now this round. I don't know if it was just a change in team composition that mattered, but yeah, I mean, my teammates are picking it up. I find it hilarious that I just got into that corner right there. I technically should have died right then and there, but I guess Rocket was so short that he was able to keep his player model from being hit by Black Panther and Magic right there.
Your team's capture progress is past the halfway point.
Because I want to see this. Punisher is looking in my general direction. Okay, yeah, so he was already shooting at them. It really is like Tom and Jerry. So yeah, they were able to hit me, but they had to use some abilities in order to do so. And even then, though, they were right in Punisher's line of sight next to each other, so he was able to mow them down. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, so when I rocket hit into this corner here, they missed some of their swings at me. That's the only reason why I survived that. I technically should have died then and there. Oh, and I did throw a healing orb in this direction as well, so I was healing myself as I was taking damage. Okay. That was just dumb luck. Yeah, don't do what I did there. Yeah, that was just pure luck right there. I just ended up getting saved by Punisher.
Who needs a power-up?
That's actually a good time to use the nano capsule. I saw he got done with his turret, so I knew he was going to be able to utilize that. He did die immediately afterwards, but that's okay.
I smell.
That fucking hurt. Turn around. That must be really.
Trying to keep myself alive. Playing Tom and Jerry with this Black Panther. I guess he didn't have any more dashes to chase me once he dived after me into this hole. Let me check. Yeah, because he's still alive.
They've almost got it.
Yeah, he was out of dashes.
They've almost got it.
Powerful healing.
Or at least I thought he was.
Powerful healing.
No, his dash came up. He just decided not to use it. Struggling a bit with that jump pad. Alright, so let's get back to me.
They've almost got it.
That was a little messed up there. Thanks.
They've almost got it.
But yeah, the whole Iron Man combo is doing really, really well. my teammates are generally playing a little bit better.
Oh, someone scratch my back.
I'm good to go.
Who needs the power up?
Behold the god of
Keep fighting until we have a winner.
So I saw that Magic should have killed me there, but I don't know how, but she ended up dying while she was chasing after me. Let's see. Oh, she took a lot of damage. I think from the Iron Man. Let me check. Yeah, I think she was being hit by Iron Man. That's why she died.
Behold the god of thunder!
Yeah, she got wrecked. Okay. Yeah, so Iron Man saved me. Just like Punisher saved me earlier that match. Also, I am not playing Rocket very well this match at all. I don't remember if this was my first match during that day or not. Doesn't matter anyways, we won that round.
When the chips are down, you want you.
Skip over.
You can count on
Someone should
me.
have stopped
I
you
got a
long.
plan. When the
All
chips
you
are
need
go.
to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Scruffy, like me.
Underneath my caustic exterior, I'm still pretty caustic.
Don't mind me.
So I think I died here. Yep, I was going for that same health pack Thor was, and I think he picked it up before I could grab it. And it sucks too because he was already full health. So he ended up killing me by accident by picking that up.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh well. The match literally just started, so. Black Panther was losing that fight.
Capture now.
Alright. So, check this out.
Sadly,
You're ready for action.
I am barely wounded.
Someone's on the point. I don't know who, but someone is.
Spring in my step.
Here. Pay up.
Mission area is yours.
So at this point, this could be anyone's game. I'm getting a little tilted because my healing orbs are hidden the edges of walls and corners and tables. I'm just trying to heal best I can. But the geometry's not working with me.
You're ready for action.
Doesn't look too good right now, right?
This is real firepower.
But we still end up taking out the enemy players. Again, mostly because of the Hulk and Iron Man combo. Iron Man is not getting focused down whatsoever. He is literally just ripping him a new one, and the enemy players are doing nothing about it. No one's trying to shoot him at all. It feels good when it happens on my team, when the Iron Man or Star-Lord is just floating around shooting down the enemy players. But I hate it when it happens on the enemy team where the enemy Iron Man or Star-Lord or whoever, Storm players just get to shoot down my teammates, and my teammates just don't look up. They don't look up at all. Do nothing about the player that's literally killing them.
I am Asgard's might.
Pulse charge, fire!
Behold the god of thunder!
I'm doing my best to keep Iron Man alive. Punisher is doing what he can, but he's not really doing all that well. Trying to use the balls best I can. Punisher using his ult, so I decided to stack it with my ult. Works pretty well. Someone switched to Penny, and someone else switched to Bucky.
Armor packs here. Pay up. You're ready for action. I'm hunkering down.
Switching to other characters during a match is not a bad thing, but trying to switch between characters every 5 seconds or every time you die is not really the answer.
They've almost got it!
Just stick to what you know, and if you're losing, changing to a different character isn't going to solve that problem immediately, or at all for that matter. Sometimes you're just going to lose, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Get ready to lock and overload. You're ready for action.
You'll have to keep fighting until
Yeah,
we
we
have a winner.
managed to win this round as well. The enemy team, in my opinion, just threw. They just threw pretty badly. But yeah, I stayed in back as much as I could. Whenever I got jumped on, I did my best to run away. And for the most part though, healing around corners, through openings and walls and so on, is the best way to play Rocket. Besides occasionally shooting down the enemy tank players.
Get ready to lock and overload. You're ready.
Yeah, the enemy team threw
You'll have
pretty
to
hard.
keep fighting until
Now, I can't see it from my point of view, so I want to see exactly what's going on here. Because I heard, yeah, the Psylocke ult being used, but I don't know if anyone died. So let's see what happened.
a winner.
So someone got caught out. It was enemy Thor player. They're grouped up. And Warlock. I think he's trying to use his ult. No, never mind. He just gets mowed down by my Thor player. Magneto's by himself. Gets targeted. Enemy Psylocke player does use her ult. I think she doesn't kill anybody. She's already half health when she dives my Cloak and Dagger. So she does kill Cloak and Dagger. Does she kill Bucky? She does. I think she ends up dying though, shortly after. She does.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
It's so weird. We technically should have lost, but I guess we don't. Well, it's not just that though. You probably noticed this, but my Penny Parker teammate was pretty much the only one on the point for the majority of that team fight. So she was able to literally rack up the points for us to win the match. That was the enemy Rocket Raccoon player, by the way, that died. So this enemy Thor player is the only one on the point, dies because he's taking too much damage from the spider nest. We're still
You'll have to keep fighting
earning
until we have a
points, and
winner.
then yeah. So my teammates were able to literally stay on the point and earn enough points while we were killing off the enemy players to win this round. So the enemy team just ended up throwing. Okay. And then here's the score. Make of that what you will. I'm not gonna bother looking at the Rocket Raccoon player. I changed my mind. It's kind of pointless, really. Alright. So let's take a look at one more match. But yeah, superior positioning. Using your ults correctly at the best times. Stacking them with other team players' ults if you can. will definitely help you win games. And generally just doing everything you're supposed to within your role. Let's see. I want this one or this one. Let's take a look at both, because both of these matches are pretty short.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
I should look at the score first, but I'll have to check it out later. This was a hard stomp, by the way,
The
but
battle starts in 5.
in my opinion, I don't
4,
think the
3,
enemy players
2,
knew
You have
exactly.
to stop them from securing the mission area.
I don't think something was wrong with the enemy players. Like, I've never played against
You're welcome.
Those players look way too familiar.
people this incompetent. Like, I hate to say that, but it's just true. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Nobody better put a hand on my equipment. This stuff is for professionals only. That don't mean you.
Anyone
I'll
willing to
patch
help?
you up. Armor patch here. Pay up.
Feeling fantastic.
Spiders love things with 8 legs, but this?
This is officially a squid reset.
BRB was stuck on the geometry here.
Put some pep in my step.
I appreciate you.
Pretty boring for the most part. My teammates were able to wreck the enemy players.
They don't look friends powering up.
The team composition wasn't bad for the most part. We just had better players from my
This is
team.
real firepower. This is real firepower.
It's much better.
I decided to help deal damage just because I saw that
I appreciate reinforcements.
By the
we were
eye of
pretty much taking the point.
Agamotto!
That's fucking hurt. My good armor patch here. Pay up. You're ready for action.
I normally don't like having Venoms on my team, but in this case, so adult diving comp was pretty good.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect much when I saw that we had a Spider-Man on our team, but occasionally you do get the one odd Spider-Man player that knows what they're doing.
Team play. You're ready for action.
Playing a little bit more aggressively.
You get a web and you get a web.
I am
and
ready
you
to
get a
put
web.
on a show.
Better stop that vehicle. Spider and I have
I'm feeling a little bit more confident as well.
This is real
I mean, look at
firepower.
this. Why wouldn't I be?
can always count
I'll
on you,
patch you up.
Spidey. That's much
I
better.
used the jump pack here just so I could actually heal everyone while having a high ground, or at least be having a high advantage.
More backup. I'll patch you up.
They faded halfway. Stop them.
Again, playing more aggressively
Story.
with my teammates, deal
Relay
damage.
deployed. It ain't cheap.
Basically, I learned that if the enemy players die faster, there's less of a reason to heal my teammates because they don't have anyone attacking
You're
them
welcome.
because they're dead.
There's still a chance to stop them.
This is real firepower. Someone scratch my back.
Trying
I'll
to
patch you up.
heal my teammates while at the same time helping to deal damage. Getting focused on by the enemy Magneto. Doesn't work out for him.
Windu underground. Isn't the surface bad enough?
Yeah, the enemy players are getting wiped. Sorry
They
if
hit a
I
checkpoint.
keep banging
Now
my
might be a good time to stop them.
pop filter.
Name more
I'll
alone
patch
again.
you up.
That's for the best.
Down! Better stop that vehicle!
Patch here. Pay up.
Yeah, I haven't died. I haven't died a single time.
Clearly, you needed some help.
Maybe this Spider-Man and Venom was dual queue or something. Maybe they're on Discord with each other. I have no idea why
Stop them!
they were doing so well, but I wasn't gonna complain.
Fire move!
Rather matches go like this and to be fair though, the majority of the enemy players are playing heroes that
A little help, please.
can't do much if they get dived on. They got an Hela, they got a Moon Knight, they got a Cloak and Dagger. They just don't have a whole lot of means of dealing with any dive from my team.
Relay
You can
deployed.
always count on
It
me.
ain't
It's up to
cheap.
us to get this essence underground.
See, I'm fucking helpful.
The current score is 0-2.
So that was the attacking side.
Time to switch things up, including which side
On defense,
you're
I
on.
don't think
When the
we
chips are down, you
Well,
want
what
your
at all?
Battle starts in
rollers
5,
and scruffy.
4,
and I've seen better players use Doctor Strange to portal behind this spot here. They tend to use the portal and flank my team right around here. But that never happened in this round. It's weird. Like, I don't think these guys knew they could just do that. But
3, 2, all you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Honestly, I'd be surprised if good
let's
old
just watch
Doomie isn't
the rest of this round.
a super tiny, whiny mess like
Again, it wasn't very eventful whatsoever.
What am I? Invisible?
You're ready
Don't
for
be off.
action.
Yeah, my teammates are pushing really hard. A Doctor Strange portal would have fixed this issue for the enemy team, but again, I don't think anybody
You're welcome.
Feeling
on the enemy
fantastic.
team thought about doing that. Their team composition isn't terrible, but they just can't deal with this much
I'll patch you up.
Onk over here.
work done by the back line. I mean, even Penny Parker is doing a lot
This mess
That's me.
vector.
of work just with her spider nest alone.
Spider for the win.
You're welcome.
These also could be one tricks as well that nobody knew how to play Doctor Strange, but they never did.
This
Try.
is real firepower. You're ready for action.
I find it hilarious that Moon Knight was still able to get his ult off even though he died.
Then you get away.
Spider
Armor
move.
patch here. Pay up. You're welcome.
Use a jump pack here so I can just heal over the walls.
Powering up.
I'll patch you up. It's gonna hurt. This is real firepower. Nobody better put a hand on my equipment. This stuff is
Again, helping to deal damage to enemy tanks and enemy magic whenever I get the chance. Yeah, my teammates end up dying, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
What am I? Invisible?
I should die here.
That was tasty.
Well, I say I should have, but I
This
don't.
is real firepower. See, I'm fucking helpful.
Arigato. I
You're
needed that
ready
boost.
for action.
I have no idea what that Magneto ult was. I don't even think he hit anybody with it. Let me check.
I'll patch you up. You're ready for
Magneto!
I think he hit Squirrel Girl with it, but yeah, he did.
You're ready for
But he didn't let it charge up, so it could actually deal enough damage to outright kill her.
So out of style now.
my good deed for the day.
Appreciate you.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
Spider mode!
You're welcome.
As usual, Namor only grossed me out.
Down to 30 seconds.
You get away with it. You
I'm
get
only
away.
30
I'm
here.
fucking helpful. I'll patch you up.
We're together. And this is why I chose Reed, Namor.
Systems restarting. The final 10 seconds.
You're ready for action. This is real firepower. Is down.
Shield final score.
And yeah,
0,
the enemy
2,
team
3.
didn't really switch anything up. Did not try anything different. Did not try the
Another
Doctor
epic
Strange
victory.
portal flank maneuver. They just continued to do the same thing over and over and over and over again when it didn't work. The literal definition of insanity. And they ended up losing because of it. The enemy team lost so hard during this match that I didn't even know they had a Punisher on their team. That's how badly they were doing. I straight up had no idea they had an enemy Punisher. But yeah. There are the stats. Pretty short match. It was a hard stomp. But just because a match gets you a free win like that does not excuse any bad habits or being out of position or not using your abilities correctly. None of that. If you want to consistently be in high elo, you pretty much have to have good habits, practice the same fundamental principles for fighting in this game in general, and fulfill your roles, responsibilities. But yeah, here are the stats for this match. This is another case of a hard stomp, and yeah, let's get into it. This will be the last match I showcase in this video.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
A bunch of dead weights. I can do this myself.
Here they come.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. You're ready for action. Don't mind me. Step count. I'm just dying.
Clean up your toys, Mr. Spectre.
So I'm already getting focused down by the enemy Iron Man.
I'm extra lethal.
Looks like the mission
I think my
area
BRB
is
gets
yours
shot
to
down
capture
too,
now.
but no one dies, so we're good.
Ain't over yet.
You're ready for action.
The mission area is yours.
A commendable effort.
Try to get some high ground as much as I can. I didn't know I would just slide off like that, so that was my bad.
You're ready for action.
And don't be afraid to try different things. It's better to do something different and get a bad result than do the same thing
I'm extra
and getting inconsistent
You're
results.
welcome. My good armor pads here. Hey,
until we destroy this armor.
I'm trying to make sure this invisible woman gets healed. Or sorry, this Luna Snow.
not too too many things impressive.
This Wolverine player was pretty good. So was his Bucky.
Team player.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Yeah, this is just in the case of a hard stomp.
I suck.
You're welcome.
Luna Snow's trying to help our teammates, but she almost got blown up because of it, because she was standing right in front of the enemy players trying to do so.
Maximum pulse!
Don't mind me. I'm just
I
dying.
nearly got hit in the face with that Iron Man ultimate. I don't know where he was aiming, by the way. Let me check. That didn't make sense to me whatsoever when I saw that. Let me go back. Let me check to see where he was aiming. He sees me. He could use the ult on me, but okay, so he took out my Luna Snow instead.
Glory's almost yours.
Okay. So he was peeking around this wall,
Glory's almost yours.
but for some reason he continued to hold W while he was aiming towards me. I don't get it. I really don't. Yeah, I understand support players are a big target priority, but at the same time though, you had what? Let's see how many. One, two, technically three, if you count the Wolverine. But he definitely had two players right here next to him, and he's too busy facing towards me, and he gets immediately dunked on by the Storm player on my team. And Magneto. Hilarious.
You're ready for action.
I feel like four mutant kind!
So I got flanked by the enemy Punisher.
The weather has shifted in your...
That was a big surprise, but I think that was the only time I died. So let's check. I do grab the health pack to heal, but yeah, I got flanked. All right, so enemy Punisher is flanking me.
This is
Okay, that is funny. But yeah, so he was in the middle of the arena. He saw me and he started gunning for me. His whole team abandons him. Ends up dying. And my teammates take the point. Real easy.
I do the right thing unless the wrong thing is more. You can count on me. I gotta.
It is in the interest of all mutants that we succeed this day, and so we shall.
Armor patch here. Pay up.
Ah,
You're
here
ready
we
for
are now.
action. Whoa, these keyhole things are dangerous. Someone's.
So this is the second time that this Iron Man on the enemy team is looking for me, and he tries to take me out.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
So I panicked a bit because I normally never see an enemy Iron Man player do something like that.
You're welcome.
Hurricane incoming!
Boost. Thanks.
The spiders are
See, I'm fucking helpful.
The weather has shifted in your favor, Aurora.
This may look boring, but it wins games. So you tell me whether or not I should keep doing this.
I'll patch.
mission area is yours. We got it.
I just got more dangerous. You're ready for
A
action.
nice deep freeze.
That's me. Who needs a
Trying to use that
A tiny
Rocket Raccoon tech where climbing along walls and then jetpacking
One of the toys.
flies me farther up or to the
You're ready
side.
for action. Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. You're welcome.
Us against the world.
This map can be annoying sometimes.
This is real firepower.
This Venom player, I remember he had it out for me. He got sick of me.
Keep going.
He just kept trying to dive me specifically
Relay deployed.
We are
for the rest of this round.
Maximum assault!
You're ready for action.
control lost.
More bad guys. Just what we need.
So we're scattered. And right now we're just trying to wait until Wolverine respawns. So this Venom player could have gone for my Luna Snow or Bucky teammate, but he doesn't. He just chases me specifically. I tried fighting back.
I'll patch you up.
Even better than my mutant power.
hurricane incoming!
I don't think this Wolverine player knew what to do in this moment, but he does actually save me.
It ain't cheap.
Yeah, he grabbed the Venom player
I'm fucking
and
help.
finished him off.
I'll patch you up.
I was worried.
So I got my little petty revenge.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. There they are.
You're ready for action. Don't fight me.
Wolverine's gonna get revived soon.
This is real firepower.
Time!
That's me.
Wolverine's still targeting me specifically. He's got these two others he could have tried to fight, but no, he goes after me specifically.
You're welcome.
Even better than my mutant.
I used Rocket's movement to get out of that situation. When I say his movement, I mean his walk crawling ability.
Commendable effort.
Again!
You're ready for action.
Your shiny face, Stark. That's what I need.
Glory is almost yours.
It ain't cheap.
We are undefeatable.
Against the world!
I like the cold.
Probably not a good spot for that BRB, so it gets destroyed, but it's all good. I think we end up winning anyways
Keep fighting until
by destroying the entire enemy team. Yeah, this Venom has a hard on for me.
nice deep freeze.
You're welcome.
Much better. Some sort of magic artifact.
Hurricane incoming!
And finale.
Everyone's throwing out their ability, I mean their ultimates.
This is
Doing myself. It's a last-ditch effort to win the game, and it works out.
My good deed for the armor patch here.
That is the one good thing about Rocket Raccoon that I like, is that regardless of whether or not the other support players on my team use their defensive ult, it's not going to matter if I use my ult on top of that, because the damage boost is still going to be useful regardless. But yeah, we all combine our ults and wipe the enemy team out, and we managed to secure the win.
Another epic victory! Big win!
And there's the score. I only died once. And you'll see this a lot with a lot of Rocket one-trick ponies. You often see their scores looking like this. A really small number of deaths, high numbers of assists. Sometimes we'll get kills here and there, but otherwise, so our total amount of damage will be less than 1k. Otherwise, yeah, the healing is the main priority. The enemy team couldn't really do much against us. So yeah. For the most part though, Rocket's a really good pick. I really don't care what anyone else says. At high elo, I understand that he's not as good as other support characters like Mantis, Luna, Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Woman. But if you want to climb out of low elo, Rocket's a good pick. And you don't even need to do anything fancy like do a Q or communicate with your teammates beyond just using pings. As long as you have the main principles down of having good positioning, decent aim, healing your team as much as possible, and utilizing your abilities correctly, including knowing when to use your ultimate at the right times and the right places, you'll climb up pretty well. One more piece of advice I would give is that do not be afraid to hit the avoid teammate button. So avoid his teammate. Use it whenever you're playing with someone, or when you're playing with teammates that pretty much are hard feeding, or just throwing the game, or just straight up not playing very well. Like, I'm never afraid to do that anymore. And I've actually climbed up probably because of that reason alone. Because there's a reason why I got the platinum last season, and I'm in gold 1 right now, halfway to platinum 3. So it works. Yeah, just hit avoid as teammate, and you'll never have to play with them the next few days. Especially when you get into higher elo, the number of players within the higher divisions gets smaller. So you're bound to play with the same players over and over and over again. And if they're not consistently not playing well with you, you might as well just make it easier on yourself and just outright make sure the game does not match you on the same team with them. I mean, I hate to throw shade like that, but other players can do the same thing to me, and I'm not perfect. I have bad games too, where you know, I'm struggling to stay alive or heal my teammates or whatever. So they're more than like, they're completely valid for avoiding me as a teammate as well. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, for the most part though, I hope that helps anyone learn how to play Rocket better, how to play the support world better in general, and explain how I win matches and how you could win matches as well. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you made it this far, let me know if you want to see any more videos like this. But otherwise, so probably gonna start uploading videos showcasing, or basically just showing my progress towards Diamond, because I was really close last season. Made it to Plat 2, and I'm getting close to Plat 3 right now, so I know I can do it. Just gotta keep grinding. But anyways, I'm Psycho Metal, and hope you're having a good time, whatever time you're having right now. Until next time, peace.